Hey friends, if you had to use adjectives to describe yourself, what adjectives would you use? What descriptive words do you think accurately characterize who you are? And what would you even take into consideration when deciding how you should describe yourself? You may look to your nature to decide which words best describe who you are. You may take into consideration some of your typical behavior patterns that maybe define what you're like. Maybe you take into consideration opinions and perspectives that describe the way you think. In this process, I bet you'd come up with a lot of positive descriptors for yourself. And like all of us, maybe there are some descriptors of your nature that you'd like to see shift and improve. Many descriptions that we assign ourselves may represent our nature right now, but do they all represent our true identity that God sees when He looks at us? Is there a difference between what we truly believe about ourselves and what God knows to be true of us? Reason I ask is because God changed Simon's name to Peter. Now, Peter means rock, and when Jesus changed his name to Peter, Peter did not embody being a rock. Jesus called someone a rock who probably felt like sand. But that's because God sees what's really inside of us. Peter went on to be exactly what Jesus called him, a rock. He was unwavering for Jesus. He led many people to faith in Jesus. He faced persecution head on with such courage that he ultimately gave his life for Jesus in the cause of making him known. Peter knew who Jesus really was, and he was willing to give his life for him. And he also knew what Jesus said of him. And who you think you are influences what you do. Being informs doing. And God corrects symptomatic behavior by redefining who you are at the core. What does God say about you? I encourage you to look into God's word to see the many incredible things He calls you and says about you, because you are fearfully and wonderfully made by Him. So we should care about what He has to say. And then also ask Him, God, what do you say about me? I'm unique to anyone you've ever made before. You'll never make someone like me again. What do you say about me, God? Because I want to adopt it and believe it. And just watch, when you grab a hold of it, what He says about you and believe it, it will influence what you do, how you act, where you go, and many more things. Because being informs doing. What does God say about you?